Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we just finished all of our administrative work in the last episode, and so we are ready to immediately deploy. And let's see what's available. This is kind of the toughest mission available here. It is an escort mission, and so that's probably not the roughest. We'll give it a go. And 4 and 18 priority salvage with 670k. This actually seems pretty solid here. Let's do it. So what are we going to run? We're going to run exactly the same as we did last mission. I think that will be fine. So we're going to need to do an escort in the Badlands. Of course, we'll have control over what the vehicles decide to do, because that is a RogueTech option, and I highly recommend taking that option. Otherwise, vehicles have a tendency to do some truly stupid things in escort missions. So that is great. Now, we don't necessarily know that they're going to have anything particularly useful, but this is basically just the other side of the coin from the last mission, so that should be fine. The question is, will there be a blocking force? Will there be a force that spawns when we get the guys started? And I don't think I've ever seen an escort mission in RogueTech that did not spawn a force when you got to the destination position. I think that always happens. Regardless, we need to escort the convoy to safety and escape. A Cretan politician is looking for an armed escort to guide him safely to a diplomatic summit. We can assure you that any accusations of bribery and corruption are completely unfounded. His Davian enemies are simply stirring up the common people against him. Commander, I've chatted with this politician briefly, and he is certainly a piece of work. I suspect that his enemies may not wait until the ballot box to remove him from power. Bribery, corruption, sounds like a pretty typical BattleTech situation. The politician's convoy is already under fire. Move to their position and provide support. Okay, so theoretically there's a blocking force then. How close can we get? Not very. Actually, we can get pretty close up over on this side. And that's the edge of the map there. Okay, sounds good. Is this all shallow water here? I don't know that this is shallow. I'm going to try something a bit more along the lines of, you know what, I'm just going to manually deploy them. Something a bit more like this. Put them all up on the shore. We can put them into the shallow water later. I just want to make absolutely sure that this is shallow. And with the shadowing, it's kind of hard for me to tell whether it's deep or shallow water. I think it wouldn't let me deploy into deep water. But we'll find out. Actually, we're not going to find out. I would rather not find out that particular issue. We're all facing this direction, which is slightly awkward. We are side on to these guys.
Looks like a nice place to settle down. Raise some kids.
We're just going to reserve. We see a vehicle out over here. We see a mech over here. This looks like what? Maybe a Centurion? I think that could be a Centurion. He has moved, and so the question is...
Yes, Commander.
Ah, yes. We'll move up to here. What are these hit odds? 25%. 47% on guided direct. And yeah, this is a Centurion. If we hit him, CT, with a guided direct here, he's actually just going to die. Actually, he has 80 hit points. So he'll have 20 hit points left over.
Locked on rear armor.
But we'll see. Odds aren't the best. That was a CT hit, I think. That's amazing. That we don't care about. That was indeed a CT hit. Okay. So at this point, our Battle Master is going to head up over here.
Advancing.
The only other... Oh, there is a Hunchback over here. Good to know. We're going to go ahead and fire on this guy. Hit odds are very low.
Hunting through the back.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that we missed that.
Of course, I missed.
To be expected. And there is a fourth unit out there. We don't know what it is just yet or where it's at. That was either a Thunderbolt or an Arrow 4 from right over in here.
Skipper,
I'm glad it got AMS'd either way. The Hector's going to move up to here.
Knowledge, Commander.
We're going to continue shooting at the Centurion's rear arc. We're going to move the tag up to top priority.
You're facing the wrong way, pal.
No hits. Sad. He is in a mineral field, and it's round 1, so I'm not surprised, but we have a reasonable chance of killing him here. So we're just going to continue taking these shots. Rotary AC5, we're going to roll this in X6 mode.
Rear armor it is.
One hit there, but it did not hit
I'm
where we
here.
wanted it to. The Awesome is going to park out in the water here for heat purposes. And then we're just going to continue to fire.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
Yeah, we're not surprised that these are missing. It's round 1, remember.
Negative damage.
And he's in a mineral field. So this isn't shocking. Our allies are going to run around over here a bit. They're going to do some damage to that fulcrum, I guess. No damage there. Okay. We'll see what else our allies do. Although it's the enemy turn right now. It's going to be the fulcrum moving. Relatively irrelevant there.
Showing minor damage.
Systems holding.
Okay, the Madcap Mark II, I want it to move up to here where it has unobstructed
Full speed,
LOS.
No target.
And we're just going to pot shot once again.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
Sad. I'm not surprised that these are missing, but it is sad.
No joy.
Next up, the Hetzer moves and fires on nothing. The Prowler doesn't fire either.
Yes, Commander.
The Orion is going to sprint up to here, where it can also pot shot the rear arc here. Do it. Yeah, light him up.
Target locked on enemy 6.
All of them missed. Okay, I'm not surprised, and our heat did build up, but we have a body of water right nearby, so that's fine.
Standing by.
Our Centurion here, I don't think it can really... Well, maybe it could jump. No, it can't quite make it up to there. It could pop out to here, though, which is unobstructed LOS. Hit odds are low. But we'll see.
The angle. Taking the shot.
Nope. Okay. Next round, it'll definitely die. When does it move? Right now, so it's going to turn around. Never mind. I was hoping that it would remain moving after us, but that is not the case. And we do indeed see that this is a Hollander over here, a missile variant Hollander. I have to assume that's like an Arrow 4.
On my way. Double time.
And if that's an Arrow 4, then we have potential issues. We need to spread out. AMS could still get it.
Waiting for orders.
Let's position here for
On
now.
the move.
And 60.5. I actually like the idea of standard direct on this Hunchback.
Target confirmed.
That was extremely solid.
Ready to rock.
The Hector is going to hop into the water,
I got you.
and we're going to keep shooting at this Hunchback. We have really good hit odds on it now.
Copy that.
Light him up. It's a lot of damage.
Ha! You like that?
That's a knockdown on the Hunchy. And let's see what he does with that. Phase 18, that's going to be the Hollander. That could hurt. AMS, don't fail me now. AMS failed me.
Okay, that hurt.
So yes, confirmed this is an Arrow 4.
Big hit.
Waiting for orders.
So the Awesome is going to move out here in the water. We're going to go for the kill on the Hunchy. Go ahead and fire the Rocket 20.
Affirmative.
One dead Hunchy. Fantastic.
One less target. I'm out of SRM.
Prowler moves up, fires on the Fulcrum, does nothing. That's fine.
Standing by.
Our Orion is going to position itself up here. And yeah, it's overheated. I would still like to fire on this Hollander. We're not going to fire the heavy rotary AC5 for obvious reasons. And we'll just fire a single PPC to sink heat.
Aye, aye.
We did miss. Okay.
Missed.
Not shocked by that. And we're going to step forward with our Centurion here. We don't really get direct LOS on much of anything, although we can step over here, and we do get direct LOS on the Fulcrum. Good stray shot odds, but we'll take it. That wasn't bad. The Fulcrum is now panicked. We hope that our allies continue to focus it, and so far they have been.
Orders.
Our Madcap Mark II, it's going to sprint up to, I guess, here. Unfortunately, this is obstructed LOS, but I do want to hit that Hollander hard if we can. It's not going to be tremendously good hit odds. Next round will be better. Okay. That did fine. Prowler moves up, fires on the Fulcrum, does nothing. Sad.
Yes, Commander.
At this point, the Battlemaster is going to position up here.
Roger that.
We're going to continue hitting the Hollander, I feel like. That Hollander is the biggest threat to us right now. Actually, it has very little CT armor. Do it. It's a structure exposure. Both lasers missed, sadly.
Critical hit, Commander.
But that Hollander is getting very, very close to dead. It moves pretty early, so we need to keep that in mind. Keep the pressure up on that Hollander. What's the Fulcrum going to do? That is irrelevant. Okay. Completely and totally. Phase 21, that's the Centurion. Okay. The Hollander moves in phase 15. I like it. Now, the Awesome can only fire on the Centurion here.
Rolling.
Sadly, it is an obstructed LOS. We'll give it a go.
Firing on target.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by that.
Gonna need a calibration on my targeting system.
Let's do this.
The Salamander is going to move up, and we are actually going to go for indirect fires on the Hollander.
Locked on.
That did get some damage into that internal
Aye, aye.
area, but not as much as I was hoping for. The Black Knight is going to close into here.
Here we go.
We need to eliminate the Hollander. I do not want to take another Arrow 4 shot. Do it.
Target locked.
Sad. Nothing into that CT. The Mad Cat will be in a much better position now, though. And yeah, look at those odds. So much better. -1 Hollander.
Target eliminated.
Okay,
Right
next
here.
up. The Battlemaster is going to continue to close in up here on the Centurion. We're mostly just going to go for the Armor Shred and Heat Sink here.
Locking in target.
That wasn't much Armor Shred, in all honesty. So at this point, the Fulcrum will move. We'll see what it decides to do. If anything. Completely and totally irrelevant. I like it.
Yup.
The Hector will step forward here in the water, and we're going to continue to shoot at this Centurion. Odds aren't great, but we'll pot shot it.
10-4.
We did get a hit in there, so that'll do. We're hoping that our allies will continue to focus on that Fulcrum. They are, but they're not really getting much damage down. I can't say I'm surprised by this,
Ready for orders.
but I am slightly sad about it.
On
Okay,
it.
so I'm going to remember to use the Warlord now because we can do that. And we're going to fire on this guy. Now, this would be a pretty big heat generation. We're just going to not fire the AC-5. Another 50 damage in there.
Hook.
Receiving you.
Centurion moves on up.
Position confirmed.
We're going to keep pot-shotting this Centurion up here. Keep hitting it with whatever you can.
Firing.
It's in that mineral field, and it's way out there, and it's obstructed LOS, so it's rough to hit, but
It's on.
his mask is on.
Commander?
Interesting. Keep going for it.
Locking target.
2 more misses. Slightly sad about that. It was like 26% each, so We're not super shocked, but we are sad. Any moment now, Mr. Centurion. He steps forward a little bit. Fires on the Black Knight. Doesn't really get very much done there, though, if I'm honest. Okay, so we're going to move up our Centurion here. We're still in obstructed LOS down here in this divot, but we'll fire on him here. Some armor strip there, we'll take it.
Confirmed.
The Hector is going to step forward to here. Is this obstructed? I don't think it is. Shocking, but I'll take it.
Engaging target.
And that,
Target down.
I didn't expect to kill him. I guess double PPC into the CT there. I didn't see any crits or anything, so I'm going to assume that's what it was. Now we're going to close in on the Fulcrum.
Ready for orders.
And we're also going to sink some heat.
Acknowledge.
We're running fairly hot, of course, as we tend to do. Now, that's not going to do anything at all. Okay, Mr. Fulcrum, what you going to do? I'm hoping he comes out, like, up here. That would be hilarious. But I don't think that's going to happen. No, he backs off back into the forest over there. Does a tiny amount of damage to our Madcap Mark II and Black Knight, but I really don't care.
Commander.
The Orion is actually able to get a clear LOS here.
Moving to position.
And we'll just pot shot a single PPC.
Firing.
No joy, but we aren't shocked. Okay.
Standing by.
Our Battle Master is also able to pot shot here. That would be
I'm there.
a clear LOS here. We'll just pot shot it.
Affirmative.
Yeah, we didn't expect hits, and that's okay.
Good to go.
The Salamander, I'm just going to cool. AMS unjammed. Our ally, the Hetzer, moves up, and the Condor does 2. Actually does 6 damage this time, so that's something. The Fulcrum has improved to Confident, which isn't good. Okay.
I'm ready.
So, we need to try to get some LOS on this guy. But we don't really have too many options on it. We're going to move up with our Centurion here and just lob some Artemis 4s, but... yeah, 4 damage. That's about what I expected.
What are your orders, Skipper?
The Hector is just going to move on up.
Affirmative, Commander.
We don't know where our evac point is going to be yet for the escort,
Aye, aye.
but I do want to get that escort started. Ooh, hello! That's an LOS for the Madcap Mark II.
Double time. Let's go.
I'll take it. Not great damage there, but
Right here.
it's an LOS, so that's something.
If you say so.
This is an obstructed LOS, and I'm just not going to fire the large laser.
Roger that.
Okay. Didn't expect much out of it.
Of course, I missed.
Yeah, that was fully expected. The Salamander is going to pop up over here, and I think we might think about some guided missiles here. It's really not worth it. It's really not
Awaiting
worth it.
orders.
The Black Knight is going to sprint up to here. And now we're starting to get into some amount of range.
Affirmative.
That was some damage. We'll take it.
Good to go.
The Orion will position here. It's obstructed LOS, and all we're going to do is pot shot our 2 PPCs.
Engaging.
That actually hit. It was a structure exposure, and that's a pilot ejection. Fantastic. So the Fulcrum is down, and now we're exiting combat. So,
Aye, aye.
let's go ahead and pop open the convoy. Everyone else, you can just brace and sink heat.
Venting heat
We don't know
and
where we're
stabilize.
going to be going. Okay. Evac point is over here. Sounds good. So we have a ways to
Awaiting
go.
orders.
We're going to start sprinting over this way, although... ah. This isn't very scary, but we do have a force there. So when do we move the Salamander? Phase 18. This guy moves in phase 18, but everyone else will still be in this area. What we're going to do is we're just going to sprint forward with the Black Knight.
They will be done.
And pretty much all we're going to do here is try to make our way over with our mechs. We can do a bit of pot-shotting here. That's an Enforcer too. They actually have 2 lances over here. 11.7. I didn't realize that they had 2 lances, but okay.
Locking on.
We managed to hit that with one of those PPCs.
Waiting for orders.
That's fine. The Orion is going to sprint over. We need to get caught up with our vehicles.
Ready to rock.
The Hector can fire from here. That's just going to be a pot shot at the Enforcer too. And we'll take it. No hits. Not shocking. Okay.
Yes,
Next up is our Battle Master. The Battle Master is just going to close in over this way. Allies are in this vicinity. Or actually, they're, like... Where are our allies? They were in this vicinity. Oh, these are our allies over here. Right. This is the Lance. The vehicles are our allies. I'm dumb. Okay. The Suburban Mech comes up, fires on the Condor, misses everything. Our allies are in a great position to engage these guys for us, so we're actually quite pleased with that.
Yes, Commander.
The Salamander is going to step forward over here. These guys are spread out, so we actually can't really drop solid artillery on them. Although we could fire on the Stinger or on the Suburban Mech, and we do a lot of damage to either. We're going to fire on the Suburban Mech here. No joy. Okay. Those are 2 very bad shots. Stinger backs off. These are all very light mechs. With the possible exception of the Enforcer 3, but that is going to die quite quickly. Well, that's bold. Okay. Not what I would have done with that, Owens. But sure.
Ready for orders.
So our Centurion at this point is going to need to sprint over this way. This is obstructed LOS, and it's obstructed by our Awesome. I'm not going to bother firing.
Waiting for orders.
Now, our Goblin is going to move up to here.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
And we're not interested in moving too quickly.
Special delivery.
So we'll fire the large laser at the Enforcer. No hit. We're not shocked by that.
That would be a miss.
Yeah, that would.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The Ordnance Tank is going to move up to here. This is just a medium pulse laser, so there's not too much that we can do there.
I hear ya.
SRMs, okay. We'll just position it like up over here, where it's out of LOS.
Standing by.
Our Mad Cat can move up,
Roger.
and we've got some good firing lines here. 1.9 versus 9.2, that's an obvious choice. We go for the Owens. We didn't hit, and we're not shocked.
Failed to connect.
Yep. As expected. They do have a phase 14 mover. Who would that be? That would be the Enforcer. That's probably a kill on that Prowler. Shockingly, it's not dead, but now we know that this Enforcer has an Ultra AC-20.
Good to go.
Our Prowler is going to move up here. We actually have a
Don't need to
rear
tell me
arc
twice.
on this Stinger. 15% versus 39% on the side arc on the Enforcer, and that's what we'll take.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The Hetzer moves up, goes for the Owens rear arc, only does 4 damage. Sure. I don't like that attack on the Suburban Mech. I would have preferred an attack on the Owens. I guess that works. I mean, the laser doing a decent amount of damage there, getting a structure exposure. We'll take it. So at this point, our Awesome will move into the water. And from there, we can fire on the Owens at 20% or on the Enforcer at 40%. Again, that's an easy choice.
Firing.
And we missed both of them. Sad, but not the end of the world.
Standing by.
The Black Knight is going to sprint forward to engage as much as possible.
Go.
19.3 and 24.3 versus 35.7 on that Enforcer. You know what? We're just going to pepper him with some Rack 5.
We'll go.
Okay. Not the best rolls there, but it'll do.
Orders.
The Orion is going to sprint forward. It can't get into LOS.
Confirmed.
I wish I knew where the evac point was before we spawn this, but these don't appear until after for some reason. They should appear before. We should know what our evac point is for planning purposes, in my opinion. Now, if that evac point moves, that's a different story. Like, if our original plan isn't going to work anymore and now we need to go to a backup or something, that's fine. This is decent hit odds on the rear arc of this Owens. Now, that thing does have reasonable rear armor, but we'll give it a go.
Locked on. Rear on.
Okay. Got some good rear arc damage in there. The Salamander is going to step up.
On my
It's
way.
out of LOS, so we would have to lob indirect. 31, 31. I think we go for the Stinger here.
Got the angle. Taking the shot.
Okay, that was a good shot there. It didn't finish him off. I was
What can I
hoping
do
that it
for
would.
ya?
But the Goblin... I think I'm going to reserve these guys. Hetzer moves up, goes for the side arc on the Owens. That's okay. Gets some decent damage in there. The Enforcer goes for the Goblin. Now, I believe his Ultra AC-20 is jammed. That's fine.
Confirmed.
Our Hector is going to position... Actually, here works.
10-4.
That allows us to pot shot at the Enforcer with the ERPPCs. Do it.
I'm on
It is his strong side. Okay, only one hit there.
Standing
At this point,
by.
our Battle Master is going to continue to sprint forward.
Accelerating.
Close that
Okay.
distance a bit. Okay, our ally moves now. These guys are very spread out, and they're very far out. If I had known which direction we were going to be going in, I wouldn't have had us on this side, but I didn't actually know. That's a good hit on the Enforcer. I like that. That's very solid.
Commander.
The Mad Cat is going to position here.
Full speed.
I like
no
this
target.
position. Because we have the rear arc on the Owens, 22.8 or 37 on the side arc on the Enforcer. I'm going to roll on the rear arc of the Owens. We're probably going to miss.
Fire at enemy 6.
We did get a hit there. It wasn't enough to kill, but it did a lot of damage. Okay.
Waiting on you, Commander.
The Ordnance Transport moves now. This is a medium pulse laser. We can position it like there, but that isn't going to work. We can position it here
Got it.
and fire on the Suburban Mech. Do it.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
Solid. 30 damage on that Suburban Mech. Which moves now, by the way, as well as the Stinger. Yeah, I'm not shocked that they eliminated that Prowler. That is the correct move there. Now the Suburban Mech should come forward and fire on this guy, but he did not fire.
Waiting for orders.
So I disagree with that. The Goblin is going to position here.
Got it.
We only have side arc. We can fire on the Enforcer, 65%, or the Owens, or the Stinger. But we're going to fire on the Enforcer, obviously, because of hit odds.
Got it.
Solid armor reduction there. I like it. I don't like that indirect shot at the Suburban Mech.
What can I do for you?
This Prowler is going to come up to here.
Moving fast.
Basically, all we can do is fire at the Enforcer with the LRM-10, and that's what we'll do.
Tell me what to shoot.
Some more decent armor reduction,
I
though.
hear ya.
This Goblin will position here.
Affirmative.
And we can fire on any of these. And I think, given the hit odds, it's got to be the Suburban Mech. Do we have other ammo types? We have Listen Kill. Do it.
Fire everything I've got.
That's a lot of damage to that
Yeah,
Suburban Mech.
Critical hit.
Fantastic. Round 9, phase 22. That is going to be the Owens moving. We'll see what it decides to do. Probably come up and engage over here. Yep. Oh no! Anyway. Now we are a bit concerned that the Enforcer... Okay, his AC-20 is still jammed, or out of ammo, one or the other. The Hector can actually remain exactly where it's at and continue to hit this guy's side arc. We can only fire the one ERPPC because of heat. He's now unsteady.
Standing by.
So our Awesome can continue to advance.
I'm going.
I'm guessing that we're best off attacking the Enforcer here. That is correct.
Feel my wrath.
And that is a dead Enforcer. So we don't need to worry about that Ultra AC-20. Fantastic.
How's it going?
And the Centurion is going to step up to here. The question is, are we going to get another Lance when we get to the escort zone? I'm guessing no, which is why I haven't put a cut in here yet. But we'll see. Decent damage to that Owens. The Black Knight is going to position here. Hit odds are better on the Owens, for sure. Light him up. That's a dead Owens.
Enemy down.
Excellent.
Good to go.
Next up, this Goblin with the large laser can position out over here. Its goal, of course, is to fire off at the Stinger. 52% hit odds. Nope. I'm not shocked, but kind of disappointed.
Systems recycling for another shot.
Okay,
Yes,
next up,
Commander.
the Battle Master is going to continue trying to close in over here.
Go fast. Got it.
It's not very useful right now.
Commander.
The Orion is going to close in up over here. It's also in the category of not very useful right now. Suburban Mech now? No, the Stinger. Okay. Firing on the Hetzer? I like it. Fantastic.
Waiting for orders.
The Mad Cat will step up over here,
Moving out.
and its job is to shoot at the Stinger. Hit odds are low. Yep. That's about what we expected.
No luck.
Next up is
Waiting
going
on
to be
you,
this
Commander.
Goblin, and this Goblin with the Listen Kill ammo is going to pop over here. And we are going to go for the kill on this Suburban Mech.
All weapons low.
It's very close.
Another hit like that and you're toast.
I like it. I would really like it if these three would start going after the Stinger, but he's going to go indirect on the Stinger. I guess it's okay, he did get some damage in, but he should have gone for a direct shot there, in my opinion. We're going to step forward. We are basically out of standard indirect, so I'm going to wait in case we do have another Lance to deal with, although I don't think that will be the case. We're going to move the
On my
Ordnance
way.
Transport to here and fire the Medium Pulse Laser Raker. This could very easily be a kill, and I think that might be. Not quite.
Waiting for orders.
Okay. The Prowler will move up to here
Double time.
and finish the job.
Take 6.
One dead Suburban Mech.
Did you see that? Did you see it?
I did see that. That's some good damage on that Stinger. I like it. I would have closed in first, but sure. They wanted to ace pilot. That's solid. So that Stinger is super dead. And he should eject here, but he didn't. And that's okay.
I'm receiving you.
The Awesome is going to position
Moving to
here
position.
and go for the kill. Both of those missed. That's pretty bad luck, actually, at those hit odds. But
Yes,
okay.
Commander.
The Orion is going to position up over here and go for the kill.
I copy.
There we go. Fantastic.
Target.
So that's the reinforcements down. We'll be exiting combat after this
Commander.
round. The Black Knight is going to head up over here. And next up is going to be the Madcat Mark II, which is actually going to go back around.
Roger. Full speed.
Good to go.
Centurion can position here.
Standing
And
by.
the Salamander can move on up.
No shooting, just running.
Now, it is possible that we might get additional units when we hop into the escort zone. We'll see.
Skipper.
If that's the case, this might be a long episode, but that's fine.
Affirmative, Commander.
Okay. Next up is
Right
our
here.
Battle Master. Sure. I mean, by the time we get down here, where else are they actually going to spawn, though?
I hear ya.
That's a question, isn't it? We're going to move up over this way. And
Good to go.
we're just going to continue. Is this close enough? This is. I'm actually surprised. Condor moves out of the way.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, sure. Surprisingly, this is even close
Going
enough to the
turbo.
convoy.
What can I do for ya?
I'm quite shocked by that, actually. Okay. And now we're exiting combat. So that's good. We'll be able to move a little bit quicker now. I mean, not
I
like
hear
in
ya.
terms of the mechs move faster, but rather we will be able to
Waiting on
issue
you,
orders
Commander.
a little quicker. We're going to park
Uh-huh.
just outside of the evac
to
zone
go.
this time.
Moving out. You betcha.
And all of our mechs are going
Copy
to
that,
make
Commander.
their way on over here.
Moving out.
Moving to position.
Hitting
Something along the lines of this.
Onward. Affirmative.
Excellent. Okay. So, can we make it in this round?
I hear ya.
The answer is no.
Coordinates received.
So we'll move our mechs over this
Roger
way.
that, Commander.
Location confirmed.
I'll try.
And we'll just brace everyone else. There we go. And now they can make it
Waiting
in.
on you, Commander.
Will there be another lance?
Uh-huh.
Yup. More contacts. A 3-lance mission, huh? Okay.
Waiting for orders.
So we're gonna move up over here,
Good to go.
and over here,
Moving out.
and over here.
You betcha.
Excellent. Our mechs are going to continue to close in, of course.
Aye,
That Mad Cat is actually just chilling there. That's unfortunate. This building is actually going to need to die.
Standing by.
We're going to position the Battle Master for that.
Location confirmed.
Okay.
On my way.
And we will be entering
order
combat
received.
shortly.
Confirmed.
So off goes the convoy. Or actually, they're going to leave after this round, technically. Okay, now we've
Standing
entered
by.
combat. The Black Knight is going to make its way over here.
Hauling ass.
Not able to get into
Waiting
LOS,
orders.
that's fine. The Awesome is in much the same boat.
Heading out. Full speed.
Receiving you.
The Orion is also in the same boat.
Copy that.
We have no LOS out here. Okay, enemy turn. Let's see what they do. They've got a Nova, they've got a Raven, a Rifleman, and something else. Yeah, a Rifleman and a Bushwhacker.
Orders.
Sure. So the Mad Cat Mark II is actually going to fire at this medium military building. Get rid of it. It actually survived that. Both Gauss rifles missed. That's rude. Okay, well, the Centurion can now start firing at that
On my
Rifleman.
way.
Hit odds aren't great, but we'll give it a go. 6 damage.
What are your orders, Skipper?
The Hector is going to advance as much as possible.
Aye, Skipper. Full speed. No target.
Our allies are going to close in over here and not do a whole lot, in all honesty. Any moment now, allies. There we go. Structure exposure on that Raven.
Yes,
Not
fine.
bad. The Salamander is going to stay put, and we're going to fire standard indirect on this Nova, which is centrally located.
Copy that.
That was a good amount of damage.
I am out of
Not
long-range
ideal, but
missiles.
we'll take it. The Nova is going to fire on that Hetzer. It's got that AP Gauss rifle. Okay.
What can I do for for you?
Our ordnance transport is not capable of doing anything.
Sounds
No
smart.
LOS.
Cooling.
Our battle master, now that was getting in position
Roger
over
that.
here to help out against this military building.
Engaging.
There we go. Now hopefully our Mark II can make its way through here.
Target destroyed.
Excellent.
I hear ya.
Let's see, this one has LRMs, so we're going to just fire on this Raven. Hit odds aren't great, but there's a structure exposure over there.
Target.
We didn't get it.
Waiting for orders.
And we'll just brace this.
Resting my mech.
And all that's left to move now is this Bushwhacker. Okay.
What can I do for ya?
And the allies will move. Both of these here, the Hetzer and the Prowler. I like the focus on the Raven. That's solid. What else? The Hetzer also goes for the Raven. That's very solid.
Good job. Objective secured.
Okay, those guys are out of here. So we're going to eliminate this last lance, and it shouldn't take long once we actually get into engagement range. They're so far away. Some of our mechs can engage at this range, though. So phase 21, the Raven will move first. It barely moved at all there. It just turned. It has no evasion.
Yes, Commander.
Now that's a bold move.
On the move.
We're going to position here. I think we shred this Raven. Oh yeah, this is the streak. Okay, do it.
Roger that.
One less Raven.
Hostile removed.
Fantastic.
I live
Okay, the Awesome is going to move up over here. And it's going to fire at the Nova. Some damage there.
Let's do this.
The Salamander is going to stay put. What are these hit odds like with guided direct? Are we in range? No, it would have to be guided indirect. These hit odds aren't great. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over to here.
Let's
This
go.
probably doesn't improve those hit odds much. So we're just going to call that good for now. Phase 19, the Rifleman moves. Gets a little damage on the Black Knight, but not much.
Systems holding.
Okay.
Good to go.
Our Orion is absolutely going to step forward over here and fire on... The Rifleman's the best hit odds, but
On
not
it.
great. Yeah, I'm not surprised that both of those missed. Okay, the Bushwhacker moves next, and then the Nova next round. I'm not surprised they're focusing the Black Knight.
Barely hit, Commander.
That's about right.
ready to rock.
The Hector is going to step forward,
Acknowledged.
and the only thing that we can fire at here is the Bushwhacker. It's indirect LOS, but that's okay. We did get a hit in there. Hetzer fires at the Nova and does some solid damage. I like that. The Nova moves now. Goes for the Hetzer. Sure. I'll take it.
Right here.
So the Battle Master at this point needs to start sprinting over this way. And that'll be fine. So we still have another ally that moves here, the Condor. Good hits on the Nova. I like it.
Good to go.
Our Centurion is going to move up and fire on somebody. Bushwhacker, I guess. It's not great. We'll get some armor shred anyway. And they'll do a little damage to that Bushwhacker as well. However, it is now our Mad Cat's turn, and we need to continue advancing over this way. Apparently, it was just calculating the sprint.
Roger that.
We'll move up to here, and the question is, do we need to take out any of these buildings? The answer appears to be no, so that's fine.
Commander?
The Black Knight will continue to close in. We're going to Vigilance it because it is exposed to fire, and I think we go for the Nova here. Yeah, we absolutely go for the Nova.
After that.
Solid damage into the Nova there, but it's
Scored a critical hit.
not really anything major internal. The Bushwhacker moves next. Really hitting that Hetzer hard, but haven't broken the armor yet. The Awesome closes in.
I'm walking here.
The Nova is the obvious choice. And that's a pilot ejection. Wonderful.
What are your orders, Skipper?
The Hector closes on in, and we do have a LOS here on the Bushwhacker. It's not a great one, but we'll pot shot it.
See what you got.
We did get a hit there. Not bad.
Commander.
The Salamander will continue to close in a bit. Check those guided direct hit odds. Or do we have range for direct? No, we don't have range for direct yet. Not worth shooting then.
Receiving you.
The Centurion will close in a bit and continue to shred armor on that Bushwhacker. Not a lot of armor shred there, but it'll do.
Standing by.
Battlemaster will just continue to sprint down. We don't move the fastest in this water. That's for sure.
Aye, aye.
And the Mad Cat Mark II will just close in.
Let's move.
It is so far away right now. The Orion can start getting some active engagement in here, though.
Confirmed.
Yeah, no hits. I'm not surprised. We'll see what the Rifleman does. Still goes for the Hetzer. It's not quite dead yet, but the pilot ejects. That's a little unfortunate, but it's fine. They're doing a little damage to that Bushwhacker. Really not too much. And let's see what this last unit does, the Condor. Not much at all. It did get a head hit there, but the injury was resisted. The Black Knight is going to step in, and I think the obvious option here is the Rifleman. Yes, indeed. Okay. Got some armor shred in there.
Receiving you.
The Salamander will continue to close in.
Affirmative.
Waiting for
The
orders.
Centurion will close in as well. We are still so far away from these guys.
On.
Got a little bit of damage on the Bushwhacker there.
Waiting for orders.
The Orion will position here.
Got it. No shooting. Just running.
And our best hit odds are clearly on the Rifleman. We'll fire like this.
Roger.
No hits. I'm not surprised. We're still really far away, remember.
My heat sinks can't vent
Like,
fast enough.
really
I'm
far
taking
away.
damage.
These guys are way out in the middle of nowhere.
Standing by.
Our Mad Cat Mark II will close in. It's
Full throttle.
like, we're out of range of Gauss rifles right now. That's how far away these guys are.
Yes, Commander.
Our Awesome will close in to the water here, where it can sink some heat. And we'll fire on this Bushwhacker. We're probably not going to get any hits because it's obstructed at LOS, but we did get one there. I guess we'll take it. The Hector will close in over here,
I got you.
and we can just pot shot at the Rifleman. No hits. We're not surprised. We're still way too far away. Okay, the Bushwhacker moves. And it's starting to get some solid hits on the Black Knight. Next round, the Black Knight should easily be able to do some damage to the Bushwhacker. The Rifleman moves now. It's also close enough. We're not surprised that they're hitting the Black Knight. That's basically the only target they
Heavy
can
damage.
hit. Our ally is going to do what exactly? Probably a whole lot of nothing. That's very little. I guess a little bit of bushwhacker damage is fine. Okay. Our awesome can close in over here. It's starting to get to the point of being in reasonable range, but it's not quite there yet. 2 misses there. That's unfortunate on 71%.
Strike one.
Good to go.
The salamander will close on in.
Confirmed.
We're definitely not getting good luck on these pot shot rolls, but that's kind of to be expected. Okay, we're just not going to fire the heavy rotary here. 2 misses on the PPC again. Not shocking, but slightly sad.
Yup.
The Hector is going to close into here. We've got this big ol' island in between us and the enemy, so we'll see. Nope. We're definitely getting some bad luck on these
What's up?
pot shot rolls. There's no doubt about that. We're getting a statistically less than average number right now, I think. Although that was a good shot there with a 12% AC, Ultra AC 5 shot.
Aye, aye.
We'll take that. We'll move up to here, and I would like to just shred that bushwhacker. Unfortunately, our odds are not great. They're better on the rifleman. And we'll light him on up.
Okay.
That is a structure exposure and an engine crit.
Reporting critical hit.
So that rifleman will go down pretty soon.
Commander.
The Battle Master, I mean, it's just going to continue to sprint in, but it's a long ways out. The rifleman is going to just hide. Fair enough. The bushwhacker is going to shoot at the Black Knight. And this should probably shut it down. From overheat.
Taking minimal damage.
Yep. Failed shutdown override. As expected.
Waiting for orders.
The Madcap Mark II is going to continue to close in over here. Still out of range, though. Now, the Bushwhacker is likely going to take a lot of damage from the allied vehicles. Hopefully they get a kill on it. That would be ideal. It's a structure exposure there. That is no kill. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and move forward with our Battle Master. Not like we can, shoot, but
Moving full speed.
we'll just do that. And then our Centurion will position about here. The Centurion is going to go for the kill on the Bushwhacker. Hopefully we get it, but odds are low.
Firm.
Yeah. I'm not shocked.
No luck.
At this point, the Awesome is going to come up over here and go for the kill. This is good odds. This should get the kill. Those shots went everywhere. Spread that damage literally everywhere.
Commander.
Okay, the Black Knight will close in and finish the
On the
job.
move.
It's definitely dead here.
Engaging target.
There we go. And all that's left now is the Rifleman. We'll see what he does.
5 ammo.
That's bold. That's incredibly bold. Okay. So our Hector can position up here, which gives us unobstructed LOS of the Rifleman straight into his front arc, and he does have exposed structure.
Here we go.
So that's a lot of damage there.
Standing by.
The Orion can step forward. We're in water. And just fire the heavy rotary AC-5 as much as you can. Actually, should we just full-on nuke this guy? Yeah, do it.
Locking in all.
That's a huge amount of damage, and he is now knocked down.
I'm out of
Wait,
SRM.
that's not a knockdown? But he has no armor left anyway.
Waiting for orders.
The Salamander is going to step up, and at this point, we may as well pot shot these. There we go. Well, that took a long time because they were way out in the middle of nowhere. But let's get out of here.
Mission successful.
It is way past time to put a cut in here, so we're just going to go through the salvage, see how much it costs to repair, and we will go ahead and do that. Let's just see what we get from salvage. Any moment now. Any moment now, RogueTech. There we go. Okay, so 600 KC bills, and they want the Nova parts? Sure, we accept. They can have that. And we don't care about any of these parts, like, at all. We'll take the Arrow 4. Gauss Rifle HA-20. What type of ammo does that use? Hyper Gauss. So we'll probably need some Hyper Gauss ammo as well. UAC-20 ammo in here. Is the UAC-20 available? Because that's solid if so. It is. Honestly, I'm going to drop the Arrow 4. We already have an Arrow 4. I'm going to take a ton of UAC-20 ammo, and I'm going to take a ton of Hyper Gauss ammo. We have ammo for the UAC-20. No? No. Okay. This is what we're going for. Okay, we don't really care about this medium laser, machine gun, small laser, battle computer, engine core 265. We don't have one of those. XL engine we'll keep. The double heatsink is fine. Okay, sounds good. I'm expecting a decent chunk of repairs, maybe around 130k, somewhere in there. However, like I said, it is way past time to put a cut in here. So as soon as we know what that repair is going to cost, that's going to happen. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and hopefully Yang will get that estimate to us nice and quick. Come on, Yang. Any moment now, Yang. Well, it'll be here soon. I'm going to be so mad if RogueTech crashes right now and all of this was for naught. No, we look like we're good. Okay. 90k, 14 days, do it. And with that, I will see you all next time.